So I really hope that this lighting setup is going to be enough for what I want to talk about today, because I believe it is something very serious. I did not see myself doing this video today. In fact, if you're a subscriber of my channel, you would know from this outfit that I'm wearing right now that I just not too long ago finished a live stream, and I had like gone back to continue my day is writing. Hello, my name is Antoinette and I am a writer. Well, officially my name is Antonia, but you would know that if you follow me on my Instagram. But anyway, today we're going to talk about something very serious. And I did not realize how serious it was until I started seeing posts about it online. So today is going to be a little bit of, should I say rant / yapping, but it's an open discussion. It's a discussion. It's a very serious discussion. If you're a woman, if you're a man who has a woman in your life in the form of like relationship, friendship, family, etc., you really should tune into this, because I think this concerns you in more ways than one. It's very dangerous. So yesterday evening, it's been bothering me since yesterday actually, and I had to write it down, and I said I was going to talk about it later and maybe even have this discussion with someone else. But then over time I'm like, okay, I need to come on here and say what I want to say, because like I just can't. So what I'm going to talk about today is about periods, right? Periods. Girls having periods. You're asking, why am I talking about this? Because I'm a girl who has periods. Like, I experience periods and all the symptoms. Not all of them, but some of them. Because like, I understand that like the period symptoms differ from woman to woman, and all that. But like, I do experience the symptoms. I do have periods. I have a cycle. I have a functioning uterus, whatever. But due to my tendency to yap, as you may have known, I have taken the liberty of writing down all the shit that I'm supposed to say. So yeah, we're gonna talk about this. Why do people think it's okay to talk about sex on the internet? Like, specifically Nigerian Twitter, not just Nigerian Twitter. I feel like, okay, Nigerian Twitter and like Nigerian Twitter has so many things that are sexualized that I don't even want to be there, because like it feels like it's not so fun to be on that space anymore. Like it just feels that way to me. It's so comfortable for everybody to talk about sex, but then when a lady comes to say, oh, I'm having cramps, you could be like, aren't you ashamed? Now, what made me go, why should it be? It's like, I think it was a man that tweeted that would be like, some girls be coming out here to be saying things like they're going through cramps and whatnot. And a girl, sister, really came on and was like, it's not like periods are anything to be shy about. But coming on here to talk about it, oh god, I wish I'm gonna find the screenshot. I'm gonna find the screenshot and I'm gonna put it on the screen for you to see. Like, it was just embarrassing reading that. And I really love the response to that tweet, because I retweeted that, and a couple other people were like sharing their experiences in the quotes of that tweet. Because like, there are things that I went through as a woman in July, literally 2 months ago from recording this video, that I would want to come online to complain about, because this is something that is happening to me. So that is my qualifications on why I'm talking about this. Now, let's get into it. I really wanted to reapply my lip gloss, but like, I can't stop talking, so let's put the lip gloss aside. Remember how society normalized talking about sex? Because I think in the days of my parents, right? In the days of my parents, it wasn't such a like what's the word? Like, they didn't really talk about sex openly as we did, right? They didn't really. And I think the reason we started making sex talk open is because most parents really sucked at giving their kids the birds and the bees talk. And people are like, okay, if these kids have multiple places to go to get this information, I don't even know how it even started. Like, I felt like online discourse and classroom discourse and stuff like that, before we know it, sex is now normalized so much that we have so many people having a lot of sex. Like it's such a normal thing that when people be like, yeah, that experience I had with this guy was good, the sex was good and whatnot, people are like, yeah. But when a lady comes out and she says, I'm having cramps, you think it's weird. You think that she should be quiet about her struggles. Like I feel like it is deeply rooted in like a part of misogyny. Maybe like if you're a woman and you think like that, it's internalized misogyny. I don't really care. If you want to be private when you're going through your, that's fine. Like the whole feminism movement thing is that everybody has their choices. Everybody can decide on whatever it is that they want to do. If you want to do that, that's okay. But if another woman says, I'm gonna talk about this thing because it's happening to me and it bothers me, you have no right to shut her up. You have no right to tell her that she's embarrassing because she's talking about something that she's experiencing. There is nothing embarrassing about periods. Periods are just as natural as sex. Sex is a natural thing between a man and a woman. The same thing as periods happening in a woman's body. And I need men to just shut the fuck up when it comes to women and their periods. Please. Shh. Unless you start bleeding through your, I want to say it out loud, just, that's enough. That's enough. Because if we're being honest, if men had to go through periods, pads would be free. Like the prices of these things keeps going up, and when women are trying to talk about this, shout outs to countries that have been able to make sanitary pads available to girls. When women are talking about making sanitary pads more available to girls, when they're talking about going to school to teach these girls how to take care of themselves while they're in their periods, you see men in the comments every time talking about, you're doing too much, you're embarrassing. No! When they were growing up, they didn't have people to teach them these things. And now they're like, hey, I didn't have people to teach me, but it doesn't mean it has to be that way for the coming generation. I am going to make a change. And by making a change, I'm going to teach these girls what I wish somebody would have taught me. And thank God my mom is actually quite open about like all these things, because like what I went through in July, it's like weird. Like I think every girl has gone through that time where their period basically comes late and stuff. But like for me, if it comes late, I'm not really bothered about it because I'm not sexually active, so it's not like I'm gonna get pregnant, right? But then the situation is quite different when you have, like, let's take for example what happened to me in July. I had my period, and then literally 9 days after I had it again. And for everybody knows a woman has like a 28-day cycle, right? Well, it's like there are different cycles, but like everybody's always different. But like the most rapid one I think is like 28 days. I haven't really like seen the recent statistics, so I can't really say for sure. So let's assume that the cycle is 28 days, right? And like literally, let's say you finish your period like on the 10th, and on the 19th your period starts again. That shit scared me the fuck out. It scared me the fuck out. So what I do, I call my mom. Cause like I was willing to wring down hair. Cause like, do you know what it takes? I think I have a video on my channel about how bad period cramps hurt. And you see that video that I made a couple of years back? The everything is so much worse now. You're dealing with cramps, you're dealing with mood swings, you're dealing with cravings that you probably can't even afford because the economy is so high. You have to spend so much money on sanitary pad. You have to be comfortable. Like if you're a working class woman, you have to go to work still. Nobody's going to give you a day off simply because you're on your period. There's so many things that women are experiencing, and when a woman comes out to tell you what she's experiencing, you do not shut her the fuck up. You do not. That's not the way to go. I hope I'm not deviating. Yeah. So let's normalize talking about periods. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it. If you don't experience periods, like I say this, and I say this with the utmost amount of sincerity. If you do not have a uterus, you do not get to have an opinion on periods. Shut it. I'm sorry, but no. I do not care. You do not get to have an opinion. You don't. Especially if it's an opinion that is just going the other way. I would understand if you, let's say you have like females in your life and they've experienced something and you come out and say, oh, these girls are really going through it. How can we make it easy for them? Those are the kind of conversations I want to be part of. I don't want to be part of the conversation that says, why are you coming down here complaining about how your cramps hurt? If they really hurt, how are you online texting? My belly hurts, not my fingers. Oh my God. Sorry. I feel like I'm deviating. Like I said, this is gonna be some kind of like rant slash discussion, because like, you know, this is the I had to write that. I had to write this down, because if I had a nickel for every time I saw a tweet about a man coming around, like I'm gonna say tweet because like although it's not post, but I saw a tweet about a man saying that women were lying about what they're going through with menstruation, I would be rich. But it should be weird that it happened more than once, right? And the fact that every single time they tweet that, there are thousands of people supporting them. Like, do you people actually even see women as humans? Just because you don't experience something doesn't mean it's not another person's reality. It does not make sense to me how you guys try so hard. And honestly, I'm not going to say I blame the ancestors, because the women of the past, they were silent so much that they couldn't talk about the slightest discomfort, because anytime a woman talks about something that she's experiencing, all the men hear is she's complaining. She's complaining. How do I make her not complain? How about you show some empathy and listen to what she's trying to say? Let's start there. And when you listen, you try to find something to help, because like, I had to learn remedies for menstrual cramps from watching Chinese dramas. Let that sink in. So many things that girls know about menstruation and whatnot, they find out on social media. So when you see a lady trying to teach other people these things, you just sip it. There's nothing embarrassing about talking about periods. Stop trying to shame women with the periods. There's some religions that women on their period are seen as unclean, and they shouldn't be around what is that? What is that? The body's just having discharge just simply because they're not pregnant. So what? In order to be seen as clean, you should always be carrying a baby? Like, let's be for real. Let's be for real. Let's start acting like we're sensible human beings on the internet. Because I am fed up. I am tired of all of this discourse. Like everybody, and I don't want to call these girls pick-me's, because I know that every woman has their own experience with periods. There's some women who don't experience cramps. There's some women who experience cramps but don't experience mood swings. There's some who get the worst of the traits, and there's some who get only like minor stuff. Like when I was younger, like when I first started my period around 11, 12. I think I was 10 though, but I don't know. But let's say 11, 12, because that's when I can remember. I didn't have cramps like throughout the entire period, right? I had cramps like on the first day. It was mood swings, but I didn't know it was mood swings. I just knew that I was in a very irritable mood, and I had the likely tendency to get in a fight or an argument with my mom. And like now, it's clicking in. And on the second day, it used to be hell. It used to be so painful. But that's how it used to be. It used to be like second and third day pain. But where I knew real pain was when I turned 19. I turned 19 and I was in pain for 2 weeks before my period, during the period, and after the period. It felt like in a month, for 3 weeks, I was having cramps. I wish I was making this shit up, but I'm not. But if somebody else went through something like this, and I did a good Google search, I wouldn't be thinking I had fibroid because I was scared. I thought I had fibroid. I thought there was something genuinely wrong with me. And every single time I called my mom and I told my female friends, I was like, you know what? I know I'm not sexually active, but I'm going to take a pregnancy test just in case. You know. That was the funniest shit I ever did. Okay, it was the funniest shit I ever did. But it happened to me. It happened to me, and I'm sure this type of thing has happened to so many other girls. And every single time I say, when I told my friend that I wanted to take pregnancy, they all laughed at me. They all laughed at me because like I make it obvious that I'm not sexually active. So when I say that I want to take a pregnancy test, they're like, "Are you for real right now? You just want to waste it?" But then, like these are the things. Now imagine if I tweeted about that, I tweeted about the pain that I was going through, and someone tells me that I'm lying. How do you slap someone through the internet? Because that's what I would do. Like, some people online are not as mean as they should be, and maybe they need me to do that for them. Maybe they do. Because some of y'all don't think before you type. You don't sit down and you think, and I feel like it's this culture of chasing clout. And lately I've been talking to this friend, and I really hope that friend sees this video, and he says the truth of the matter is the reason there's so many problems in this world and everybody and a few people are trying to make it right but it's not working is because we don't have a lot of good people in the world. So many people aren't good people, and they need to accept that. Some of y'all are not good people, so stop trying to cosplay as good people and keep your mouth shut when it's about conversations that does not involve you. And stop trying to make women scared of speaking up when they're in pain, because I'm tired of seeing it. I'm so tired of seeing it. Like, we've come through so far. We've gone through so much to get here. We had to fight to get to where we are right now. And you're trying to tell me, yeah, you shouldn't come online and talk about your periods because it should be embarrassing. No, you're embarrassing. You're embarrassing for taking a natural thing out of context. Like, maybe you're fetishizing something that you shouldn't be whenever a woman is talking about her periods. Have you thought about that? Anyway, I'm going to leave this here because, like I said, it's an open conversation. If you have anything to contribute, the comment section is open. I've said my piece. I've said my piece. Like, this brings back memories of when I used to have a mic after. I remember when I did not bring anybody else on my channel, I said I was still going to address issues. This is going to be the first. This is going to be the first. If I see another one, I'm going to talk again. But thank you very much for listening to me.